highly concentrated watercolor. It comes in bottles. It is so highly pigmented. The color is intense. But what I did, and my students love this, is I put that highly concentrated watercolor in with water into these spray bottles. And so what I'm trying here is just putting some of that watercolor spray, and I'm using some neutrals. I think I have a little bit of brown, a little bit of yellow, and you'll see here, I'll try a few different colors. I love when you spray watercolor because you get these beautiful tiny little dots which create a texture I could never make with paint. This is a wet strength tissue paper that I'm spraying the watercolor onto, and now I'm just drying it so that all of that pigment and watercolor, it stays put. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some matte medium onto my gel plate. I like to use my gel plate as almost as my plate to get some of it onto a brayer. So it's great because your gel plate cleans so easily. And I'm just using a really wide brayer, getting some of that matte medium onto the brayer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal the entire image with this matte medium. The reason I do this is because I collage with lots of liquid acrylics and liquid matte medium, sometimes gel or gloss medium. And what happens is anything that is water-based lifts and moves. But once you seal it with something like a gel medium, it starts to hold its form. And then I can tear it into pieces and I can collage it into some of my artwork, and all of that texture and beautiful color will stay put. So I'm just dragging it across, and then you'll see that I'm going to blow dry it so that it really stays put. You'll see me do this with a few different colors because I want to have some greens, I want to have some browns, I want to have some more blue, but it creates these beautiful little speckles, and it's hard to see here, I have to say, in the video. You could even take the highly concentrated water media and just sprinkle it on with a brush. The color will be a lot more intense than if you dilute it with some water, which I've done. And I just put in these little spray bottles that I bought at the beauty store. They're just little pumps and sprays, but you can see some of that speckled look. Because this is a wet strength tissue paper, when you glue it down, you can see through the layers. So where the color is very thin, you can see whatever is underneath. I'm just putting it over some white so you can see it a little bit better. I work on top of it's a media resistant plastic that I put over my counter so that I don't stain my counter. Everything wipes off of it. So that's why I was putting over top of a little bit of white paper so you could see that. So I'm just going to continue to spray some color and let it puddle and pool and mix with some of the other colors and create these little dots and sprays. That was just a beautiful blue. I know that these are colors that I will use in my collage, and it creates a great texture. So once you seal it with a matte medium, I can use it in any layer, and I'm not going to move the watercolor, which is what happens with watercolor. It moves. But because this is so highly pigmented, I will say it stains incredibly well. So the stains will never go away. but I don't want to smear it all over. So blow drying it and then using some matte medium on top will really create a piece that I can use over and over again.